Today I'm at Hunua Falls, a very beautiful place. Lots of tourists come here. Unfortunately, Hunua Falls has a very nasty track record. And over the last few years, 9 people have drowned here. And all of those that drowned are males, which is a little strange to say the least. Most of the time the fall is about this intensity, so it doesn't really look very dangerous, but it is. So you would think they had put a few signs around, but no warning signs. Apparently there is no strange tunnels under there. It does go down quite a long way. And when people drown, they have to send down divers to get the body back. So obviously the current is dragging people under. So the last person to drown was a couple of months ago. Once again, a young man. And on the same day, another person drowned at another fresh water swimming spot just down the road. And he was a young man too. So it's almost as if there's some kind of vengeful female spirit here that was badly hurt by males sometime and is seeking revenge. That's just how it feels. But so the Maori say that some places are tapu and they won't ever swim in the water at these places. And that saying seems to be true. So whatever you believe, you should be very careful about swimming here. It's far better just to sit quietly and enjoy the beauty of the place. I guess one thing I did notice when I drove in here was as soon as I got close to these falls there was an immediate temperature drop, and it is quite a big drop. So this is a cold, misty place. Quite deep. And the area, of course, does have a very big Maori history. There used to be a tribe living here called the Waiwere. And also a place where Honey Hickey came and wiped out quite a lot of people. So this area does have a very big past, and no doubt because of the fresh water there were quite a lot of Maori people living in this area, and as it was a prime pristine area, There was probably quite a lot of bloodshed here between various tribes. So this area certainly does have the right to be designated tapu. So every one of these deaths is extremely tragic, usually happening whilst friends and loved ones were nearby. Came here for an innocent day out, a nice picnic, went for a swim. The water looks very inviting on a hot day especially, and end up somebody drowns. And the other thing that stupidly happens here is young men come and jump off the top there into the water. So my son was one of those and his cousin. I had great fear when I heard that story. That is crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. Only fools would do something like that. So it's over now for me from the Hunua Ranges and the Hunua Falls, and it's back to riding on my bike. A long time ago, before the mountains came, they say, there lived a tribe of people in the Hunua Ranges, and these people were called the Patapairi. The Patapairi was a very religious and strict people, and they had all manner of family traditions and taboos, as most tribes do. The chief of the tribe was called Hunua, and Hunua had a beautiful daughter whose name was Waiwere. Waiwere was betrothed to marry a man who had been picked for her by her father, according to tribal traditions. But as it would happen, and as nature plays its part, Waiwere had fell madly in love with another young man from a tribe which was forbidden, and the man she fell in love with was a young boy called Hui. So Waiwere and Hui decided to run away together, and when the father of Waiwere found his daughter missing, he sent trackers to find them. It wasn't long before they had tracked down Waiwere and her lover called Hui. More than likely, Hui died as soon as they were found, which was one great tragedy. And when Waiwere was taken back to Hunua Falls, her father, finding his daughter to be ruined, flew into a terrible rage, and his pride and his anger would not abate. And so, in the midst of this terrible rage, the father of Waiwere did the most unthinkable thing. He took his own daughter and drowned her in the waters of Hunua Falls. So the legend says that because the spirit of Waiwere is on the falls, that she constantly drags down young men to be her lovers. Or it could be that the spirit of Waiwere is filled with a spirit of revenge for the wrong ways and the brutal ways in which she was treated, and how her life was ended in the most terrible way. So there is a curse on these waters, and please be aware that these waters are tapu. This is not a place to play games. There has been 18 young boys or young men died at Hunua Falls in recent times. Over the same time period, there has been nil young women. So there definitely seems to be a spirit of female revenge at this place. So please be wary. Remember these places tapu, and remember how many young men already have died at the hands of the curse of Waiwere because of the wrongs she suffered by the hands of her own father. So the Hunua Falls is tapu.